So what we're really talking about in this is recognizing how do we self-sabotage in order that we stay feeling safe, in order that we stay feeling in belonging. And that can easily happen in a group like this as well. I say certain things, and you're like, well, Emer must know what she's talking about, so I'll agree with her. And really, that's not what this is. This gives you a space where you create that safety to question what you hear me say. Google it. Does anybody else agree with this approach of things? So that you're always keeping your own mind, you're always keeping your intellect. And you can allow that feeling of safety and belonging to grow. But it's growing from a place of awareness. And if at a certain point it feels like, okay, my journey with this is done, and that's not a bad thing, it'll just be, okay, I need another teacher for some other aspect of me. My life has been full of teachers. We know that feeling. But it's the freedom to do that, the freedom that becomes a process of just flowing with whatever I need. And then there's no bad feeling in it, there's no negativity. I'm doing something different, and my friends might not agree with this, or they might think it's mad, or whatever, and I know that if I tell them, I'll get that negative response, and then we'll feel guilty. Yeah. This is doing something for me, and this is giving something for me. And when that's stronger, we can follow it. But that other feeling can very easily grab a hold of us. So key to be able to taking that step of what's right for me or what feels good for me is that courage to just let go. It's that courage to not feel like I have to go back and get these people and bring them along with me. Even though we might so want to. You know, when you get something and you feel this is really beneficial, this is really helping me, I really want to share this with everybody. You see that a lot when people start to awaken. They want to help everybody. To save the whole world peace, becomes really achievable. Yeah. The journey is I can work on myself and I can grow myself. And if I share that with somebody and they wish to join me, that's wonderful. But if they want to stay where they are, then I still have to keep going. I still have to let myself go forward in what feels right for me. And that takes a particular kind of courage to do that. And part of that courage, for me, part of that courage came with the people that I was connecting to in Japa community. I was seeing people being really confident and really open, really genuine, really sincere. And that helped me to recognize I can trust this and I want to be more of that in myself. I want to be more sincere. I want to be more genuine. I want to be more confident. I want to be more real me, more true me. I'm done with compromising me. I'm done with fitting into different systems and stuff like that. All of that stuff is so uncomfortable for me to do. I didn't recognize it for years. So I would squeeze myself into situations and jobs and systems because that felt like what everybody else was doing, but it was just not right for me. So when I began meeting these people and I'm looking at, wow, they're really doing something that I wish I knew how to do. And all of that connectedness and warmth and love was there, for sure. And that gives that sense of belonging. That gave me that sense of, okay, these people seem to know what they're doing. I was looking at, their lives are successful, they're happy, things are working out well for them. It wasn't like a utopia. There was challenges and things like that would happen. But it felt very real. It felt real enough for me that I felt, okay, I can trust this. I can trust this more than my old life. And I really wanted to try that. I really wanted to see, does this give me that space where I can truly be me? When I let myself open up and grow on this particular meditation path, does it allow for me in that? Has it got a space for me? Everything up to that, if we can look at ourselves adjusting and doing things that compromise us to fit into something, at a certain point that's going to run out of road. So really what we're looking at is, I want to be the most potential of me. I want to be the best me I can be, the healthiest me, the strongest me, the happiest me. And I want there to be a space where I feel part of something with that. I want that sense of belonging. But at the same time, being very willing to go it alone if I need to. I keep my own mind in that. You'll see that with a lot of highly successful people. There was a courage to, at some point, go it alone and do something that nobody else was doing. And that involved a huge risk and huge courage, and it could totally have failed. But it was the courage to try that. It was the courage to do something different than what everybody else was doing. Sometimes when we approach life in that way, we find out who joins us in that. Or we find, who do we meet along the way? When I'm being myself in this way, who do I join up with? And it's inevitable that we do. You'll notice that, in this particular community. You'll notice if you're doing, let's say, courses or even a class like this, and you start talking to people, you start to be like, I have a lot in common with this person. You might be from another country, but you might have a very similar life story. Or it might turn out that you know similar people in common, or things like that. You start to realize the connections. Or we meet people that feel very familiar to us. Feel like we've known them all our lives and we've only just met them. You know this feeling? These are all our inner cues of, oh, I'm feeling like I belong in something in this. And if at some point that changes, then give yourself the freedom that you respond to that in that way. I'm no longer feeling like I belong in this. I feel like I need something different. I think I need to go and meditate in a cave somewhere for 10 years. Go for it. So if at some point it felt really, really right for me to go and live in a cave for 10 years, I know I wouldn't be able to hold back that feeling. If it felt truly right for me, then it would have an energy of feeling energized and maybe even a bit excited about that. Feeling like fear will show me negativity in what's around me and say, no, you need to get out of this. You need to get out of this job, they're all awful. Or it will show me negativity. But what's right for us will always have that energy of love in it. If it doesn't have that energy of love, it's important that we question, where is this coming from? So what's right for me might be really scary to do. But the essence of it will be loving for me. It's right for me to change jobs now. Or it's right for me that this relationship is over. Or whatever it is. Even if it really scares us. Oh my God, I don't know what will happen. But that feeling, and it's a little bit like it can feel kind of calm. You know, when we hit upon what's right for us, it will feel a little bit calm. It's like, oh, I finally found what it is. I've been looking for this. The energy to do that usually comes with it. Or at least that's how I feel it. When I need to do something, the energy to do that will come with it. Like I was moving house before the summer. And I was quite tired. I really needed a holiday. And then I had to move house. I was like, oh my God, where am I going to get the energy to do this? And I'm not joking you, I could not sit still. As soon as it came around to moving day, I remember trying to sit for meditation. And I was about half an hour into my meditation. I was like, I actually cannot sit here. I had to get up because in my head was like, okay, do this, blah, blah, blah. The energy was all there to do it. And I couldn't sit still. Find another way to do my mantra practice. So these feelings can be very subtle. The feeling of when something is right for me, the energy to do that will come with it. When something is not right for me, we will feel quite drained and quite tired and fatigued with it. Or we'll feel sick of it, we'll feel something like that. Something will feel uncomfortable. I was having aches and pains all over my body because my body was just too full of the city energy. I had to move out of the city. I didn't know that until I moved out of the city and realized within a week, oh, I don't have any aches and pains in my body anymore. Isn't that mad? Isn't that interesting? So when speaking about this, I'm hoping we can shake this up a little bit. And just let yourself see, am I doing this anywhere in my life? Am I staying in something? Or am I not listening to what I'm feeling about something because that feeling of belonging is my stronger feeling, is the one I want to hold on to? Am I willing to take a chance to find out, is there some area of my life that feeling of belonging to something is no longer right for me? It can be a big thing, can be a small thing, but letting myself find that out. Letting myself take a step of just feeling it. And then as I'm feeling it, I can start to let myself feel, oh, what might work for me in that? What feels right for me? What feels not right for me? And then we can let ourselves find our path forward. Sometimes the only person that knows that is us. You know, if we ask friends or we ask family, oh, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? You know, fear can be operating in them also. Oh, no, don't leave your wife. Sure, you've been married all these years. Don't, what about this and what about that? Or don't leave that job. That's a really good job. You've been there so long. Or, you know how we hear these things. Sometimes the only person that knows is us. And we have to take that step of finding out, okay, if I test this and my response comes back as, yes, this is right for you, you need to take action. How can I give myself that strength? How can I give myself that courage? Or where can I find support of that? Where can I find that like-minded people? Or where can I find people that are doing this better than I am? That's usually where I look. Who's doing this better than me? How can I learn from that? How can I connect into that and pick their brain or find out a little bit of what they know or what their experience is? For that reason, I love talking to old people. Did I say old people? Is that politically correct? Elderly, yeah. I love speaking to people who have so much more life experience than me. Because elderly people will usually give you a pretty straight answer if you ask them a question. They're not going to hedge around things. If you say, what do you think I should do about such and such a thing? They'll give it to you between the eyebrows. So this is very good to let yourself do. Find out who are people in my world that I can make these kind of connections with and find out more about myself. Whoever they are, who is doing this better than me? Whether it's relating in your work or your career or your family life or your relationships, whatever it is, meditation world, healing world, whatever it is. Give yourself a space where you connect in and you find out a little bit more. Because we've all been in this situation, yeah? We've all experienced something like that in some way. Where we've taken a decision that felt terrifying at the time, but yet we knew it was right for us. So we can take that and we can apply it in loads of situations. It's remembering that feeling of when I did what was right for me, it eventually worked out. There might have been a bit of an earthquake at first, but it eventually, everything works its way out. Because I did what was right for me. This feels a little bit more relaxed.